Hi students, welcome to Evershine Coaching Center. Myself Shah Faisal sir here. I am the founder of Evershine Coaching Center. My dear students, today we are going to continue the chapter of science for class 10 State Board or CBSE Electricity. Dear students, in the previous class we have discussed about electric charge, its properties and different materials. The classification of substances. Right? Today we are going to discuss about electric current and circuit. Before we start electric current, one more concept which is related to electric current, let me complete that first. So one concept related to electricity was charge. Without charge we cannot say there is electric current. Now one more concept which is required to understand what exactly the meaning of electric current, that's nothing but electric potential. So now we discuss some points which is related to electric potential. Are you getting, children? Now we are discussing the concept electric potential. My dear students, in case if you are not subscribed our channel, so please do subscribe our YouTube channel, that is Evershine Coaching Groups. Even you can follow me through Instagram. That is also the name of the Instagram in case if you want to follow me. That is Evershine Coaching Groups. Same. Okay. You can follow me through Facebook also by my name, same name, Shah Faisal or Evershine Coaching Center. Done? So after completing this session, please do not forget to click the like button, share and comment about this session. Now let's begin about electric potential. Dear students, physically electric potential, it's nothing but it's a condition that determines the direction of flow of charge. So what exactly this physically electric potential is, children? It's nothing but it shows the condition, it gives us the condition that determines the direction of flow of charge. Is this clear, children? So what is this electric potential? It is the condition that determines the direction of flow of charge. चार्ज किस डायरेक्शन में फ्लो हो रहा है, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ತಿಳಿಬಹುದು ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂದ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ಸ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. किस डायरेक्शन में चार्ज फ्लो हो रहा है, किस डायरेक्शन में चार्ज फ्लो हो रहा है, उस कंडीशन को जानने के लिए हम किसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे, इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. सो इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल हमारे को बताएगा कि चार्ज कौन से डायरेक्शन में फ्लो हो रहा है. इज दिस क्लियर? नाउ डियर स्टूडेंट्स, टू एक्सप्लेन यू अबाउट दिस इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल स्टिल मोर इन डिटेल, आई विल जस्ट explain you with some diagram. So let me say, let me consider two regions. Let me consider two regions. Let me say this is our charge, which is called as Q1. Okay, and outside we have a point at infinity. This is the point infinity. It means this charge Q1, it influences only within this region. इसका मतलब ये जो Q1 जो है इसका फोर्स इसके अंदर ही रहेगा. This Q1 influences its force only within this region. इसके बाहर इसका फोर्स अप्लाई नहीं होगा. आउटसाइड This outside, can you see? Here outside this Q1 will not influence its force. Is this clear? मतलब इसका जो फोर्स है, इसका जो पावर है, Q1 का जो पावर है, ये विद इन दिस सर्कल ही एक्ट होगा. ಈ Q1 ಏನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಚೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Is this clear? Okay. So let me name this figure as region of influence of charge Q1 within dotted line. Is this clear? So this is the region which influences Q1 within this dotted line. Now this figure 2 will show us, let me say this is our charge Q1, and let me give two names. This is A, point A, and let me give one more point as Q, which is there in infinity distance, which is there in the infinity distance. So this is figure A and this one is figure B. So here in this figure we can see point A is inside the region. Point A is inside the region of influence of Q1, of influence of Q1. So dear students, here we have taken two different figures. Now I'll explain you what exactly this figure shows. This figure A to figure, this figure A we can see here, and one more figure let me draw here. What it describes, let's see. I am explaining you the complete theory related to electric potential, children. One more figure I have considered, which is nothing but Q. Now here in this figure we can say A and B is inside this circle. Let me say this is figure C. Okay. In this what we can observe, we can see this A and B are 2 points. A and B are 2 points inside the region. Inside the region of influence of Q1. Of influence of Q1. See children, in case 1 means in figure A, this is figure A, this is figure B, and this is figure C. And you can see Q1 is charged here, and here is Q1, and again even here also Q1. Now see children, from figure A to figure C you can say this is an this show an isolated positive charge Q1. So which type of charge we are taking? We are assuming this charge as Q1 is isolated positive charge. It's an isolated positive charge. I have explained you what is the meaning of isolated in the previous class. Okay, means it doesn't influence. Here no mass change takes place or no energy transfer takes place. That type of system is called as isolated. Isolated का मतलब बेटा ना ये किसी को देगा ना ये किसी से लेगा. That's it. That type of system is called as isolated system. Isolated system ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಗೇನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. It's like your dead body. I can say you right. It's like kind of a dead body. That type of system is called as isolated system. So children, the dotted line here shows the maximum distance up to which the charge Q1 has an appreciable influence here, children. This dotted line, what it shows means this Q1, a Q1 का force कहाँ तक act हो सकता है within this region. This dotted line shows that. ಈ ಡಾಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ Q1 ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಇದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ 3 figures. In all these 3 figures, this Q1 force will influence within this region only, within this dotted lines only. Understood? Now beyond this dotted line, beyond ये dotted line आचेगड़े, ये dotted line के बाहर, are you getting children? Beyond this dotted line, the influence of Q1 is very small. Means Q1 force will not apply at all. This Q1 force will not apply at all. It is very small. Understood? It's kind of a negligible. for any practical purpose. We cannot use at all. Understood? I can tell you for an best example. Let you take, this is your house. This is your house. You are sharing your Bluetooth. I hope you may be knowing this. You might have got this experience. You have the Bluetooth, right, in your cell phone. Yes. You will switch on this Bluetooth. Okay. And we have some external speakers here at home. You have speakers. You have connected your Bluetooth to the speaker and you are playing the song. Okay. Now, if you are coming here also, okay, you have coming from here to here also the speakers will work. Now, in case if you are coming outside of your house, you are standing here, okay, do you think the speakers will on? The speakers will work? No. Because what happens? Connectivity problem, connection failed. It shows connection failed, right? Yeah, same thing even here also. If this Q1 is inside this circle, this force will apply only within this region. If it is coming outside this house, okay, this force will not apply. If you are taking the speakers outside also, what happens? You are sitting inside, but speakers are outside. Do you think the song will play? No, it won't get played. Understood? See, even here also, जब तक ये Q1 मतलब कि ये सर्कल के अंदर ही इसका पावर या इसका फोर्स एक्ट होगा, जब वो बाहर आएगा तो उसका फोर्स अप्लाई नहीं होगा. Understood? Therefore, beyond this dotted line, what happens? Q1 force is very negligible. Q1 force will not be there. So therefore, the region beyond the dotted line is infinity as far as Q1 is concerned. Okay. Now let me come back to these figures. If charge plus Q is brought from infinity to point A, you can see from infinity, let me say this was the point at infinity. Now we are bringing towards A. We are bringing the charge. We are bringing the charge plus Q. We are bringing the charge. That plus Q is brought infinity to point A. Keeping the charge plus Q1 is fixed. See, Q1 is fixed. Now I am bringing outside charge to inside. Then some work has to be done. Yes or no? If you want to bring this Q, inside, if you want to bring this Q inside this, if you want to bring this charge which is kept at infinity, are you getting, children? So it is kept at infinite. This is the symbol of infinite. Okay. So this plus Q charge, if I want to bring this inside of this circle, do you think simply it will come? No, we have to do some work, right? ये Q को आप अगर से अंदर लेना है, ये Q ಗೆ ನೀವು ಈ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಳಗಡೆ ತರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. Some external force has to be applied. Some work has to be done. So work is required, no? Yes or no? Some work is required to overcome repulsive forces between the charges. Right? Here what happens? See, children. Let me say, here we have Q1, right? Here we have positive charge. This Q is also having positive charge. If this plus and if you are bringing this, what happens? Plus and plus. What happens, children? It will repel. Plus here also positive, here also positive. What happens? They will repel. ಅದೆರಡು ಸೇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಸೇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸೇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಸೇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. प्लस प्लस कभी भी नहीं जुड़ेंगे, माइनस माइनस भी नहीं जुड़ेंगे. कभी भी प्लस और माइनस एक साथ जुड़ेंगे. राइट? लाइक चार्जेस एंड अनलाइक चार्जेस वी हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड, नो, द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ चार्जेस. यस. सो इफ यू वांट टू ब्रिंग दिस प्लस inside this plus, what happens? Repulsion will take place. Right? Repulsive forces will act. Understood? What happens? Repulsive forces will act, but still we want to add them. If this charge was minus, if this Q was minus and if it was plus, simply it will come and join. It is easy. This Q will come inside easily. But here what happens? This Q is plus. Even inside here also there is plus. So it's very difficult. Repulsive forces will act, but still we want to add them. Yes or no, children? But still we want to add them. Is it not? So what we have to do? We have to do some extra work. Some work is required to overcome this problem. Is it not? So that is what this work is called as electric potential. Are you getting the point, children? Is this clear? So what is electric potential? Electric potential I hope you have understood. Now we have applied electric potential. Now we can see this figure. Now A and B both are inside. Means B is the charge which was here, which was kept outside. Now that has come inside. Now A and B are 2 points inside the region of influence of Q1. So now what we can define of electric potential? So electric potential at a point is the work done in moving a positive unit charge from infinity to that point. Is this clear? So now what is electric potential? Electric potential at a point is the work done in moving a positive unit charge from infinity to that point. This is called as electric potential. Is this clear, children? So mathematically we can write this as electric potential is equals to work upon charge or work by charge. So electric potential is denoted by the symbol V. Electric potential is denoted by the symbol V. So V is equals to W by Q. V is equals to W by Q. W is work done, Q is charge. Is this clear, children? Now one more important property, that's nothing but electric potential is a scalar quantity. Electric potential is a scalar quantity. So what is the SI unit of electric potential? So SI unit of electric potential is volt. We denote by the symbol V, small v. Okay, capital V means electric potential. Small letter v is SI unit. That is nothing but volt. This is clear. Now, sometimes they may ask you one more question. It's very important question. What is 1 volt? What is the question? What is 1 volt? What do you mean by 1 volt? Okay, they may ask you this question. It's important, children. Definition of 1 volt. What is the definition of 1 volt? So here 1 volt is nothing but electric potential at a point is said to be 1 volt if 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb of positive charge from infinity to that point. So what electric potential, what 1 volt says? 1 joule of work. हम 1 joule उतना काम कर रहे हैं. किसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं? 1 coulomb उतना जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है वो इन्फिनिटी से अंदर लाने के लिए. 1 joule ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. 1 coulomb ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಆಚೆ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಇಂದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ Q1 influence ನಲ್ಲಿ. We have already discussed, right? Yeah, the same work done means 1 joule of work is done to bring 1 coulomb of positive charge from infinity to that point, means from outside to inside we are bringing the charge. So we have to do 1 joule of work to bring 1 coulomb of charge from positive to from infinity to that point. That is called as 1 volt. Here we can say as 1 volt. Mathematically we can write 1 volt is equals to 1 joule means 1 joule of work by 1 coulomb of charge by 1 coulomb. In shortcut we can write 1V is equals to 1J by 1C. 1J by 1C. This is called as what, children? 1 volt. I hope you have understood now. बस बाहर की चीज हम अंदर ला रहे हैं तो क्या करना है? हमारे को मेहनत करना ही है. We have to put some hard work, right? That is what electric potential. ಅರ್ಥವಾಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿ ದುಡ್ದಿ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ತರಬೇಕು. That is what electric potential. We are just bringing outside things inside. Is it not? That's all. Is this clear? Next, let me discuss the topic potential difference. Now, next topic is potential difference. Till now, we have discussed what? We have discussed electric potential. Now, we are going to discuss potential difference. Same thing even here also. Potential difference is nothing but, see children, potential difference between 2 points is the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from one point to another point. This is called as potential difference. Is this clear? Just potential and potential difference, it gives the same meaning. You can see here the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge, it shows the difference between 2 points. That's all the difference. So potential difference, what it does, it shows the difference between, this potential difference is nothing but, potential difference 2 points is the amount of work done in moving a unit positive charge from one point to another point. This is called as potential difference. Got it? Then potential difference, if you want to calculate, so what is the formula? That is work by charge. Same thing like potential, right? That's nothing but V is equals to W by Q. And what is the SI unit of potential difference? The SI unit of potential difference is volt. That is nothing but V. That is called as potential difference. Is this clear? Are you getting, children? See, potential and potential difference, it gives the same meaning. But here this potential difference will let us know how much work has to be done to move a positive charge from one place to another place. This is called as potential difference. So potential difference, what it does, what it did, just it has told us the work done in moving unit positive charge from infinity to that point. But here it is telling potential difference, it is also letting us telling us the amount of work done in moving a moving unit positive charge from infinity to that point is potential. Potential difference is how much amount of work has to be done to move a unit positive charge from one point to another point. That was infinity to that point is potential. From one point to another point is potential difference. Children, here we get one more topic. I think this will be very much helpful for you. Okay, that is, you may have seen this word as high potential. I think you have seen this word, right? High potential and low potential. See children, these are the basic things which gives you more clarity. Okay, you should know these things. Okay, what is the concept? High potential and low potential. So what is this high potential and low potential? Okay, see children, high potential and low potential is nothing but, see here, when charges accumulate on a body, we have one body, let me say we have one body, when charges accumulating on a body, the body is said to have electric potential. Now you can see the charges are accumulating on this body, right? You can see these are the charges which is accumulating the body. ये charges जो है निके बेटा ये body के ऊपर apply होकर है. It is influencing on this body. So now what we say, this is electric potential. Now we can say that this body is electric potential. It means these charges, let me say this is Q1, this is Q1, this is a fixed charge. Now this fixed charge and this charge, let me say this is capital A. Now this capital A charge is influenced with the charge of Q1. Yes. So these all charges are under Q1. These all charges are under Q1. Now we can say this body has electric potential. Understood? Now by convention we can say that a positively charged body is said to be at high potential and negatively charged body is said to be low potential. Here also we come across two types of bodies. Okay, if this body consists of positively charged particles, if this body consists of positively charged particles, you can see here, if this body consists of positively charged particles, then this body is called as high potential body. This body is called as high potential. Are you getting, children? So what is high potential? If the body is said to be have positively charged particles here, if positive charge are present, then this body is called as high potential. If this body consists of negatively charged particles, if this body consists of negative charge, then this set of body or this type of body is called as low potential body. I know the concept is clear. If the body is having positive charge, then it is called as high potential. If the body is consisting of negatively charged, then it is called as low potential. The concept is very simple. Correct now, children? What is high potential and what is low potential? Very good. Now the concept is clear. High potential means positively charged. The body should consist of positively charged. Low potential means the body which consists of negatively charged. That is called as low potential. Now children, let me see one example. Now look at here, children. To understand the basic concept, okay, let me see here one example. I can give you. Yes. How the charges move, that is moving charges. How the charges move from one place to another place. Now we are discussing the concept about moving charges. Moving charges. How the charges will move from one place to another place. See children, I can show you one small diagram. In this, easily you can understand how the charges will move from one place to another place. Okay. See children, we are taking two bodies. Let me say this is having positively charged particles, and this body which consists of negatively charged particles, and this is the insulating stand. Okay, it's an insulating stand. Now let me say this is figure A and let me say this is figure B. My dear students, you should have to make a note this is high potential because it consists of positive charge. Correct? This is high potential. And what about this? This is low potential. This is low potential. Now what I like to tell you here, now between these two bodies, what I am doing, I am fixing these two bodies with a metallic wire. I have connected this with a wire. Which wire? Metal wire. Okay. So these are the 2 points. These 2 points, this point A and point B is connected with a metal wire. Okay. Now we say that current is moving in a wire. Correct. Now we see the wire looks like this. Correct. No. The wire looks like this. Yes or no? Here we connect. Here we connect with one point, and here also we connect with another point. And this wire is attached with two ends of this wire. ये दो points को wire से connect करके हैं बेटा. So here also we have tied, and here also we have tied. Okay, with the wire. That is what here I have shown. So here this body is high potential and this body is low potential, and we have fixed with a metal wire. Now children, we say that current is moving. So actually current, how it moves? How current flows? Remember children, always current flows. You should know this. Always current flows from positive to negative. How the current moves? The current moves from positive side to negative side. So this is the direction of current. That is nothing but I. So current, how it moves? Current moves from positive to negative. So this is the direction of current. So current is moving from this positive side A to B. It's moving from A to B. So that is left to right. Current moves from left to right. Understood children? Now I have taken two spheres. Let me say metal spheres. So this is metal sphere A and this is metal sphere B. This having the potential difference. So between these two, there is a potential difference which is connected by a metal wire. Now electrons start moving from actually B to A. How the electrons will move children? electrons will move from B to A. How the electrons are moving? Electrons are moving in this direction. Electrons are moving. This is E means electrons, okay? Actually, it should come inside this wire. So this is moving from which point to which point? From B to A. Correct? It means from negative potential to positive potential. So, but still what we say that electric current is moving in a wire from A to B. Understood? Actually, electrons are moving in which direction? Electrons are moving from B to A. But what we say here? We say that current is moving from A to B. Current is moving from A to B. Is this clear? So here we can define this electric current. Understood, children? How the current is moving? Current is moving from positive to negative. But how the electrons are moving? Electrons are moving from negative to positive. Current is moving from positive to negative. But electrons are moving from negative to positive. By seeing this statement, we can define electric current as, electric current can also be defined as, are you getting, children? So electric current through any cross-sectional area, is the amount of net charge flowing through it per second. So what is electric current? Electric current is the electric current through any cross-sectional area. Any area you can take dimensions of the wire is the amount of net charge. How much total amount of charge is flowing through it per second. That is called as electric current. Understood, children? So electric current is nothing but net charge flowing by time. That's nothing but electric current given by the symbol I. So I is equals to Q by T. So I is equals to Q by T. So what is the SI unit of electric current? The SI unit of electric current is ampere. SI unit of current or electric current is ampere. We denote by the symbol A. And remember, children, electric current is a scalar quantity. Electric current is a scalar quantity. Now they may ask you one question. What is ampere? One mark question, very important. What is 1 ampere or what is ampere? What is ampere? Ampere is nothing but current flowing through a wire. Current flowing through a wire is said to be 1 ampere. Is said to be 1 ampere when 1 coulomb of charge flows when 1 coulomb of charge flows through any cross-sectional area, any cross-section of wire in 1 second. That's nothing but 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb by 1 second. 1 coulomb by 1 second. So we can also write as 1A is equals to 1C by 1s. 1s. So this is known as ampere. Is this clear, children? Did you understood how the current will move and how the electrons are moving? Is this clear? Very good. So this is the definition of 1 ampere. Dear students, now because I was telling about the charges movement, so I have defined the electric current, but still we are going to study about electric current in detail. Now let me begin the topic electric current. Electric current. Now children, now I am telling you the brief history about electric current. Now what exactly the meaning of electric current? See children. Now I think you people are very familiar with two types of currents. Generally we have two types of current, that is air current and water current. Correct? So which are the two types of currents? We have two types of currents, which is the one is called as air current and second is water current. Correct now children? If I think you may have seen the rivers, right? The flowing rivers. Yes, we have observed in the flowing river, right? So the flowing river constitute water current. Okay, the amount of force, in what force the river is moving, through that we produce flowing river. Are you getting children? From flowing river we produce which current? Water current. Same thing if electric charge flows, like how water is flowing, no, कैसा पानी जाएगा, कैसा पानी कौन सी स्पीड में जा रहा है, उस स्पीड से हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वाटर करंट बना रहे हैं. अंडरस्टूड? ಏನು ನದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು, ಏನು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಂದ ಆ ಫ್ಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ರಿವರ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ if electric charge flows through a conductor, if electric charge flows through a conductor, then we get just a minute, we get electric current. So first is, just a minute, let me say we have two let me say one more type of current, that is electric current. If from the air we produce air current, from the flowing river we produce water current, from the movement of electric charge, that is electric charge, here it should come actually, electric charge flows through a conductor, then this type of current is produced, electric current. Understood now? Understood? You can see water current where it is produced. In your dams you have seen, right? Dam, yes, there we can produce water current. Have you seen the windmill? There we produce air current. Similarly, if electric charge flows through a conductor, then what it produce? Electric current. Simple. Understood now? Is this clear? Good. Just I am telling you, it's not so important, just you need to remember. Understood? So usually how the electric current means electric charge flows, remember children, electric charge flows through a metal. The substance should be metal. So always remember, the electric charge will flows through a conductor. Example is metal. Understood? You may have seen a torch. Example, have you seen a torch, children? Yes. Battery. Right? Battery means it gives other meanings. Okay, usually in our words we used to say battery, but battery means it's completely different phenomena in physics. But here we can tell like a torch. Example, let me say this is the torch. Okay. Inside this we fix with a cell. Okay. Cell means single. Battery means If we are connecting more than one cell, 2 or 3 cells, then it is called as battery. You just make a difference between cell and battery. Cell means single. Battery means more than one cell. A set of cells is called as battery. So this is the difference between cell and battery. If you are keeping 2 cells, then it is said to be battery. More than 2 or 2, it is battery. If it is single, then it is called as cell. Now you can see in a torch, okay, we have placed a battery in order. So now what happens? We connect this terminal and this terminal to the two ends of this bulb. Here also bulb has 2 ends, right? So this point and this point is connected to this. Correct now? So what happens? Here we have switch. Here we will be having outside one switch will be there, no, on and off. So actually it works like this, children. Actually that switch will work in this way. Okay. Let me say this is point A and let me say this is point B. Now this type of condition of a switch, it is called as off condition. Okay, this is in off condition. Similarly, now we can see this is A. Now if you make this B to settle here itself, now you can see A and B are joining, right? Here we can see there is a gap between A and B. Yes or no? We can see a gap. It means it is in an off condition. But when this both meets together, then we can call this as on condition. Now the switch is on, so the battery will start glowing. I mean the torch will start glowing. Understood? Now it's in on condition means it happens like this. If it is off, it doesn't emit any light from it. Understood, children? Understood. So here what happens? Simple. Here we have 2 terminals. So this is positive terminal. Let me say this is negative terminal. So the current will start moving in this direction. The current will start moving in this direction. So that what happens? This torch will glow. So always remember, the current moves from positive direction to negative direction. Always the positive direction, whenever we see, it will be in the left hand side, and negative direction will be in the right hand side. Understood? Very good. Is this clear, children? So when these two links A and B, when these two A and B links connect with each other, when these two A and B links, when these both connect with each other, then it is called as on condition. If they have disconnected means we can see there is a gap between A and B here. Yes. So that condition is called as off condition. Understood? So what is this switch will make? This switch, this is called as a switch. So this is switch. This is switch. Actually here we have a switch. Okay. So what switch will make? So switch will make a conducting link between cell and the bulb. So how can we define switch? We can define the switch. What is switch? Or what is the function of a switch? What switch will do, children? What is switch? Simple. So let me define this also. What is switch? A switch makes a conducting link. A switch will make a conducting link between the cell and the bulb. Here battery, so we are using bulb. If it is speaker, then which is the working device, it connects to that. Okay, a switch makes a conducting link between the cell and the bulb. Understood? So here what happens? Here we have 2 types of flow. One is continuous flow, other one is uncontinuous flow. Anyhow, I'll tell you about that in detail. I hope you have understood till here. Yes or no? What is battery? What is switch? Is this clear? Okay. Now, dear students, we have 2 types of flow. One is continuous flow of current. We have 2 types. We have continuous flow and we have uncontinuous flow. When this links A and B, can you see here? If A and B is meeting with each other, then it is called as continuous flow of current. Here A and B circuit, you can see it is not connecting with each other in off condition. That is uncontinuous flow. Means the current is not flowing from A to B. When the current flows from A to B, then only the torch will on. If from A to B, if the current is not flowing, then it is said to be in a off condition. Then it is said to be in a off condition. So here we can say that, so same way, no? So definitely, what is the direction of electric current? We can say electric current flows from high potential to low potential. Which is high potential? Positive end is high potential. Positive end is high potential and negative end is low potential. That is what actually I just wanted to explain you here. So current will flow from high potential in terms of potential, high potential to low potential. In terms of terminals, that is positive terminal to negative terminal. Is this clear? So this is electric current, but already I have defined you what is electric current, but still we can define electric current in other way also. What is the other way electric current can be defined? I'll let you know. So electric current is nothing but it is expressed as the amount of charge. You can define electric current in this word also. You can explain. Okay, what is electric current? Electric current is nothing but the amount of charge flowing. The amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time. This is called as electric current, or it can also be defined as electric current. It is the rate of flow of electric charges. It is the rate of flow of electric charges. So this is called as electric current. Children, here we define what is electric circuit. What is electric circuit? Now see children, what is electric circuit? Let me define. Electric circuit. See children, electric circuit is nothing but a continuous and closed path of an electric current. Electric current is called an electric circuit. It is a continuous and closed path of an electric current is called an electric circuit. Is this clear, children? So in the circuit, what we'll be having? In circuit we use metallic wires because they constitute means electrons will flow from metallic wires only. Correct? No? In electric circuit we use metallic wire. We use metallic wire to transfer the electrons from one place to another place. See children, one important information. Actually, electrons were not known at the time when electricity was first discovered. When we have discovered electricity, at that time we was not knowing about electrons. समझ में आ गया? जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को फाइंड किया गया था तब इलेक्ट्रॉन्स करने का क्या है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स क्या चीज है ही पता नहीं थी. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಾನೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ರೀಸನ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸೆಡ್, electric current was considered to be the flow of positive direction of it is considered to be flow of positive charges. Correct? No, it means it is the flow of positive charges and the direction of positive charges was taken to be the direction of electric current. Correct? No, at that time in the beginning we was not knowing what is electric current. So what we have considered, electrons are moving from positive to negative, means the direction of current is positive to negative. Understood? The flow of positive charges and the direction of flow of positive charges was taken. In the beginning we have taken the direction of positive charges to define electric current. Correct? No? This was earlier. Beginning we thought what is the direction of electric current? That is direction of positive charges is the direction of electric current. But conventionally later, means now, later it has been considered that in an electric circuit the direction of electric current is taken as opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. Understood? Now later on we have get to know that conventionally, understood, conventionally it has considered in, means we have assumed. Actually earlier we thought like this, but after doing so many experiments, all those things, so conventionally we got to know that in an electric circuit, the direction of electric current is taken as opposite to the direction of the flow of electrons, which are negative charges. So earlier, before we get to know about electrons concept, we have discussed electron means the direction of positive charge. From this we get to know the direction of electric current. But conventionally later on it has been proved that the electric circuit, the direction of electric current is taken as opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. Understood? Is this clear? In an electric circuit, the direction of electric current is taken as opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. But still what we do, we got to know actually this is correct, but still we follow this method. We are following this method. Is this clear? Understood? Very good. Now already we have defined about charges, how many electrons it has. SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. Am I right? So how much it consists of one charge, how much electrons it consists, which is equivalent to charge containing nearly 6 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. Correct? No? That's nothing but 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So children, this Ampere, who is Ampere? Ampere is the scientist. He is the French scientist. He discovered electric current, and so he himself gave this name, SI unit of electric current, as Ampere. Understood? So what is his name? Full name? Full name is Andre Marie Ampere. Andre Marie Ampere. Understood? He is actually a French scientist. He is a French scientist. He discovered electric current. Is this clear? Any doubts? Any doubts, children? Good. I hope you have understood about electric current concept. So just remember his name, but in shortcut we write as Ampere. So we are defining electric current SI unit as Ampere. Dear students, now we are going to solve the problems. Okay, children, we have one more definition for electric circuit. We have one more definition for electric circuit. What is that means? Take down. A closed conducting path, containing a cell, or it is also called as generator. Okay, cell, generator, a resistance, don't take this generator word, again it may get fluctuate, okay, containing a cell a resistance, that's nothing but load, comma, switch, etc., through which an electric current flows is called an electric circuit. Okay, a closed conducting path containing a cell, resistance, switch, etc., through which an electric current flows is called electric circuit. So, dear students, we have a circuit by named as open circuit. Open circuit. So, what is this open circuit means? See, children, when no current flows through an electric current, when no current flows through an electric circuit, then it is said to be an open circuit. Okay, when this will happens? This happens when the key is open, which creates a break in the conducting path. Okay, open circuit. I have shown you the picture like this, right? So this is A and this is B. Here in this case, no current is there. So this type of circuit is called as open circuit. Here no flow of current is there. Okay, to draw these circuits, okay, we have different figures which explain you the symbols as well as the names of that. Shall we define it? Yes. See, children, to understand that, and this is very important for you, for your board exam. Okay, so please do not miss this table. Do not miss this table, and that is nothing but symbols of some commonly so you can take down the heading as symbols of some commonly used components in electric circuit diagram. In shortcut you can take it as symbols of components of circuit diagram. And dear students, definitely you can get one question from this. It's very important. Okay, I'll define it in a very clear manner. First, let me write name. I am writing name of the component and respective symbol and symbol of it. Okay, first, number 1, electric cell. Very important, children. So this is the symbol of electric cell. You are supposed to write like this. So this is positive and this is negative. This is the symbol. Okay. Next is battery. What is the next symbol? Battery. We write as B. B means battery. I told you, more than one cell if we connect. Can you remember? More than one cell if we connect, then it is said to be battery. And next, you understood, no? Electric cell symbol and battery symbol. Very good. And after that, connecting wire. So this is the symbol of connecting wire. Is this clear? So this is the symbol of connecting wire. So this battery is also called as combination of cells. This battery is also called as combination of cells. So electric cell, and this is battery, and third is connecting wire. So this is the connecting wire. And next is connecting wires joined. The next is connecting wires joined. So see, this is one wire and this is one wire, we have joined here. Can you see this? So this is the two wires we have joined, connecting wires joined. If not, see here, I can tell you this wire, and here we have one more wire. Let me say this is one more wire we have joined here. Again this wire, again this wire also has joined. That is connecting wires joined. After that, plug key. The next thing is plug key, or it is also called as switch. See children, this plug key or switch, we have two conditions. One is on condition and second is off condition. Now in case we represent by the symbol K actually. K means key or switch we say. If it is in a open condition, if the condition is open, then how it will be? So this is the direction what we represent. So this is the symbol when the plug key is open. Similarly, if the plug key or switch, if it is closed, then this is the symbol. Next, tapping key. We call this as tapping key. So this is the symbol of tapping key. And next word is ammeter. So this is the symbol of ammeter. Here plus and here is minus. And the next is milliammeter. So this is a symbol of milliammeter. See, I am giving extra information also. Some things is missing in your textbook. It's not given, but still I am showing you. Maybe they may not ask only in the textbook what is present. They will ask you only from that. But for your higher studies, you should know these symbols. Okay. Next is connecting wire. Not joined. Connecting wire not joined. Then this is the symbol. Connecting wire not joined. And next is resistor. Next symbol is resistor. Children, you can see this is the symbol. Resistor. Next one is variable resistor. Next is variable resistor. Can you see here how I am writing? So this is the symbol of variable resistor. Variable resistor. It is also called as variable resistance or rheostat. It is also called as variable resistance. It is also called as variable resistance or rheostat. Okay. Or variable resistance, we called as variable resistance, or it is also called as rheostat. Okay, RH. This symbol can also be written in this form. Can you see here? We can write like this also. We can write in this way also. And next we can see next symbol, that is voltmeter. Voltmeter. This is the symbol of voltmeter. And next, galvanometer. Galvanometer. So now we can see this is the symbol of galvanometer. And next, electric bulb. Electric bulb. Now we can see here, this is the symbol of electric bulb. And then fuse. Can you see here? This is the symbol of fuse. Okay. Now in exam they may ask you one question. Write the circuit symbol. Write the electric circuit symbol. Electric circuit symbol. So how can you draw the electric circuit symbol? See children. Now I am showing you the symbol of electric circuit. Very important question. So what is the symbol of electric circuit? See children. Usually we draw a common electric circuit in this manner. See here, first what we do, let me take one battery, but single I am showing, but inbuilt it is there, but we generally write single only in most of the cases. Let me say this is battery and this is key. Okay. This is rheostat, and here we have ammeter, here we have resistance, okay. For parallelly we have connected voltmeter to the resistance. Okay, is this clear? So this is the electric circuit. This is the symbol, this is the electric circuit. Is this clear? If they ask you to write the electric circuit, just a minute, 1 minute. So this is the symbol of electric circuit. So remember, ammeter is connected in series, but voltmeter is connected parallel, and this is the resistor, and this is nothing but the resistor. Any doubts? So this is the electric circuit. This is called as electric circuit. Any doubts? Is this clear? I hope you all have understood the basic concepts. Yes or no? Very good. If you draw this much, it is more than sufficient. So here, dear students, will be using two words. What are the two words? Voltmeter and ammeter. Correct? Can you see here we have two words, no? Voltmeter and other one is ammeter. Let me speak about this also here only. So what is this voltmeter and what is this ammeter? What is the difference between voltmeter and ammeter? Very simple. Voltmeter, this is used in measure, this is used to measure potential difference. Excuse me, just a minute. Potential difference. Voltmeter is used to measure potential difference, and this is used to measure electric current. What the difference? And next here has high resistance. Voltmeter has high resistance. What about this? It has low resistance. It has low resistance, and here it is connected in parallel. It is connected in parallel. Parallel means above. ऊपर नीचे कनेक्ट करने के लिए पैरेलल बोलते हैं. ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ series. It is connected in series. And here we have defined, I hope you have understood the difference between voltmeter and ammeter. Children, one more important thing I just like to tell you here itself, that is one more word was there, galvanometer. So what is galvanometer? It is a device. It is a device which shows the presence of electric current. Presence of electric current. Okay, galvanometer. What we do, whenever there is a magnetic field, from that magnetic field we want to know whether there is current is produced or not. Then we use galvanometer. It is a device which shows the presence of electric current. Is this clear? Understood? Good. Now one small question for you. Let me see how much you people have understood this. First question. Another way of writing volt. Another way of writing volt is dash. Can you tell me what is the other way we write volt? See children, we write volt in another way, that is joule per coulomb. Okay, or it is also written as J by C. See, this is J, this is C power 1. If this C power 1 comes up, then it becomes J C power minus 1. So if it plus 1, if it comes up, it becomes minus 1. If it is minus 1 denominator, then it becomes plus 1. Understood? That is called as joule per coulomb. Got it? That is the another way we write volt. Next, what is the number of electrons? Number of electrons in 1 coulomb of charge. 1 coulomb of charge. So number of electrons in 1 coulomb of charge is how much, children? That's nothing but 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18. 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. Right? Yeah. Potential difference is measured. Potential difference is measured using dash. Potential difference is potential difference is measured using what? Voltmeter. It is measured by voltmeter. Understood? Next, the conventional direction of current, the convention direction of current is in the direction of flow of dash charge. Can you tell me the conventional direction of current? Conventional method, not earlier method, conventional method. Okay, in conventional direction of current is the direction of the flow of dash charge, positive charge. Direction of the current is in the direction of flow of positive charge. So what constitute current? What constitute current, children? The flow of electrons constitute current. So what is the nature of force between charges of different nature? What is the nature of force? Simple. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract. Correct, no? How is ammeter connected in the circuit? Ammeter is connected in series. How voltmeter is connected in the circuit? Voltmeter is connected in parallel. Voltmeter is connected in parallel. Is this clear? Now can you solve one question? Let me see. Will you do it? Take down the first question. One small question for you. Just what is potential difference? You can just make a note. What is the potential difference? What is the potential difference between 2 points, TWO, 2 points in the electric field? 2 points in the electric field. What is the potential difference between 2 points in the electric field? Question mark. Name and define its SI unit. Its SI unit. Its SI unit. Is this clear? Is this clear, children? Very good. Next question. Next question. What are the types of electric charges? Name the types of electric charges. So which are the types of electric charges are there? Name the types of electric charges. Okay, next question. Define unit of current. Define unit of current. Next question. Define unit of charge. Define unit of charge. Define unit of charge. Is this clear? Is this clear? Very good. I hope you have understood till here. Fine, it is well and good. So I am going to stop this topic here itself. So here we have completed the basic things, like we in the previous class we have discussed about charges and electric current in circuit we have done, and electric potential and potential difference also we have completed, and even electric circuit diagram and related things also we have done. In the next period we are going to continue with Ohm's law. Okay, it's very easy concept, children. Almost I think till here I don't think so you might have faced much problem, any difficulty. Don't worry, still the concepts are very clear. If you have not understood anything in this, so please re-watch the same video right from the beginning. So I request you all, please go in a continuity order. First watch day 1, then day 2, then day 3, then day 4. Come in an order, in a sequential order, so that what happens, it will be very easy for you to understand. That is what I like to tell you people here. Okay. Anyways, wish you all the best of luck. Do well. Do not forget to comment how was this video. Just try to express how was it, what difference you found between earlier and now. Just don't try to comment, sir, it is nice, it is helpful. Try to come with different words also, children, because I want to know, okay, what I can do the best for you. That is the reason I asked you people to comment here. If in case if you are commenting me, it gives me the different it gives me the different type of feeling. If something is missing, let me to cover that. It's not like whatever I am teaching that is only complete. No, still even I am incomplete. I can say you that still I am incomplete. I am not complete. Still I am incomplete. When I will become complete? When you give me the comment, then I will become complete. Understood? But I am trying my level best to give you the maximum information which is there in the textbook or which is not present in the textbook. I am giving all related contents also here. Usually we used to teach in our coaching center in the same fashion. It's not like we are just depending only on the textbook. No, we never take only textbook. Even we follow different materials, we refer different books. Okay, even different standard books also we refer on the same chapter, we collect maximum information, then we are coming here and we are doing the lecture. That is what actually we used to do here. ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಬುಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗೋರಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀವಿ. जो भी बुक के अंदर है वो भी पढ़ाएंगे, जो बुक के अलावा जो बाहर का कंटेंट्स है जो ये टेक्स्ट बुक के रिलेटेड में है उसको भी हम इसमें कवर करेंगे with different activities by different examples. All those things we are going to cover here. So anyways children, so please try to comment me. Do not forget to comment. I want the one who all are watching this channel or who all are watching this video, I want you all want to subscribe this YouTube channel. Okay, very soon we will come live and we clarify your doubts live also. Okay, so please children, my dear parents and dear students, dear teachers, whoever are watching this video, do not forget to subscribe this my channel and click the bell icon so that instant videos, instant notification you will get. So click the bell icon also for all. As soon I upload the video, any video, you people can access it on time. That is the reason. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best of luck. Bye. See you soon.